Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. Perez, Drescher, on the gate.
On the Gate Podcast, Derek Drescher, Gio Perez.
Popping my guy.
I'm injured again.
I haven't seen you in 2 weeks, but
I look older.
You're just still injured every time. Every time I talk to you, you're on the DL list.
My fucking beard. I look
The
like,
down low list, but I mean,
I look like a fucking. I look like a broke Santa Claus. This shit's out of control.
that's a fire ass shirt though.
The shirt, yeah. This is old school loudmouth.
Loudmouth. That's where it all started, bro.
This is the double X.
That's the I got a 4X if you want something more loose. That's all I got left.
It is loose enough, though, because I was about to say, you look like you down a few. You know what I mean? Yeah, the shirt's nice and baggy. I was like, all right.
Dave Temple joining us, everybody. How you doing, Dave?
Temple.
I'm good, man. How you guys doing, man?
Doing good, man.
You got the way you guys are both wearing those headphones is hilarious.
Yeah,
Why?
I can't.
Oh, I got the DJ.
I feel.
I got the Long Island DJ. Nah, I can only do one ear because when I go like
hear?
when I go like this, it sounds too muffled. It's like
Yeah.
weird.
I feel constricted. I would rather not wear them, but I want to hear Jorge sometimes. Sometimes he
Yeah,
talks
for the
every
videos
once
and
in a
stuff
while.
like that. Am I
Absolutely.
on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. You probably just don't have your thing turned up.
My thing's turned all the way up.
I can hear you
What's
just
going on
fine.
with my shit?
I hear you good, buddy.
Oh, maybe you
Is it
maybe
the
you
one-
don't hear that good
Hello?
in that one ear.
Hello.
You're good, bro.
That's the thing.
Y'all
you
can
said,
hear me
good
though.
looking.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you great.
Oh, okay.
You can't hear
just
us.
mine. All right. As long as we don't play a video.
Jorge, talk to him. See if he can hear you.
Oh, Gio Perez. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, you sound very low.
All right, but you can hear me?
Hold on. Turn it all the way up. All right. All right. Now I can hear my God damn.
Gotcha.
Am I going deaf that I have to turn it all the way to the max?
Quite possibly.
It's possible.
Holy
You're
shit.
getting up there, bro.
It was that jab, bro. That's what did it to me.
The
Because
jab-
my ear started had a ringing for 2 weeks right after.
Tinnitus?
Oh, I don't know what the fuck it was.
Oh, wait, Jab, you been boxing too?
No,
No,
let's
no,
just
no,
talk
no.
about the fucking
The thing during the thing in 2020.
that shot we all had to
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
I mean, I had tinnitus before that.
Tinnitus?
Tinnitus. It's that ring. It's ringing in the ears.
Yeah.
I had it bad too. I used to be. I used to have systems in my car. So from years of riding around with subwoofers in the trunk, very powerful amps.
You still get it sometimes every now and then.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's from injuries also, but like if I turn all the way to this way, bing,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you know once you
yeah.
get to a certain level there, yeah.
When it happens to me now, I'm like, oh, here comes a stroke. It's coming. No, I'm gonna taste nickel in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, just that we're getting to an age where that shit can happen. You know what's wild? My uncle passed away from cancer like 5 years ago, but he took very good care of himself. Like he quit smoking young before he turned 30. But he was in the war. He was in Vietnam, and the cancer that got him was like they said it was from Nam. It was just crazy how
Asian cancer.
Oh, that probably
Yeah,
Agent Orange.
Yeah,
Asian
Asian
orange. He had the Asian oranges.
Agent Orange is
Yeah,
yeah.
Agent Orange.
But what it did to him, because he was like in good shape up into his fucking 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And, he was just a strapping dude. And fucking, I'm just like, God damn, like that, if they could happen to him, because he was doing everything right, drinking his water, having his eggs, fucking eating his greens and all that shit, and still, lifting weights and not doing anything too strenuous. It's like, fuck, it could happen. I feel like it could happen to me at any moment.
Well,
I mean, you could be healthy and you just drop.
yeah.
See,
Being healthy ain't, in my opinion, being healthy ain't about living long.
True.
It's about just I'm here, so I want to be able to do shit while I'm here. You know what I
right.
mean? Like I want to be able to get into whatever I want to get into
Yeah.
while I'm here.
I mean, I strained my groin last Sunday. I thought it was a hernia. I haven't felt pain like this.
Was this
in
at
a
one of the
long
freak
time.
offs? Did he
That's-
freak offs?
It was at Diddy's freak off softball tournament at Randall's Island.
He slipped on baby oil and did a split.
He's like, I want all y'all wearing all white uniforms with the Jordan cleats. All I did was bend over, and I felt a crunch. Not like a pop or a tear. It felt like a crunch.
Yeah.
I was just like, ugh. And I kept the ball in front of me. I made the play, and then I just dropped to a knee. And I tried to hobble off the field because it was the third out. And the first baseman, Danny Polajuk, I come to find out while I was looking at the ground, dropped the ball.
He couldn't polichuck it.
Oh,
Because I'm hobbling off, and the umpire's like, he's 2 outs. I go, what do you mean? I just threw that guy. He goes, the first baseman dropped the ball. I turned around. I said, are you fucking kidding me?
You fuck.
But I turned ghost white sitting on the bench in the dugout. The guys were like, yo, you should go to the hospital. And I felt like nauseous. So I went to the ER. They made me drink that fluid, and I had to do the CAT scan, and the doctor was like, it's not a hernia. He's like, you may have ruptured and tore some tendons.
Right.
But we got to wait for but I could tell by how I feel now, it's just muscle strains.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good. You know what I mean?
It's better, yeah.
That's the shit that lets you know where you got to start stretching more.
Yeah.
Like, you take the time to heal, but you don't ever want to feel that again. So start micro, what do you call it? It's like a microaggression. Just stretch to hurt that shit a little bit and start building up the tolerance.
Bro, you know what it was? And it's my own fault. I can't blame her, but walking out the door, and it just reminds me so much of my father and my mother. Like, my father used to go play ball or whatever, and my mom would be like, they just start some shit with him as he's walking out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that happened with me, and the whole ride over to the park, I'm fucking texting back and forth with her at the field, texting back and forth. I'm like, yo, you gotta leave me alone. I'm gonna get like hit in the face with a ball.
Right,
like,
right.
We're trying to, and then they were like, yo, we gotta play ball, and boom, hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt.
So how's she acting now that you home and all hurt? Does she love
Oh,
it?
she came and got me at the hospital.
Yeah, she love it. Like,
made
now
me-
she gets the fucking.
She does like it when I'm hurt.
Yeah.
She's there for everything.
Yeah.
She likes to buy me shit to make me feel better.
Uh-huh.
You know, like when I tore my ligament last year. She was getting me all kinds of wraps and
Dr.
sleeves.
Scholl's.
Yeah, all that shit.
Yo, you
I
gotta
got you
check.
some Tiger Balm.
You ever check your girls like her discovery page on like TikTok or anything like that?
Nah,
Dude,
I don't want to see it.
their shit is so different, but they show shit like that, like, nursing my man back.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be like them making
I was a nurse for
trays,
5 years. These are the secrets they don't want you to know.
But they also just be setting up all the snacks and filming themselves making the bed and doing all that shit. Like, it is goofy what they looking for, man.
Yeah, she bought me Cheez-Its and like had a little table set up for me next to the bed.
Bed and breakfast was Cheez-Its.
Made me some sandwiches. Well, it was evening by the time I got back.
Right.
Bro, I was in the ER for like 5 fucking hours.
Oh yeah, the ER is terrible.
And they made me drink
Especially
that.
in New York.
They made me drink that shit.
It's like you might, for that, you might as well shoot yourself before you go in.
You might as well drive to Long Island or Jersey and go to there one hospital.
Hold on.
I'm gonna stop
All
that.
right, check out my groin while you're at it, please.
Nah, you know a little
Just a
trick.
flesh wound, but my groin is killing me.
A little trick I used to do when I was like a junkie and I needed to see the doctor right away because I knew he was going to give me perks. Like, yo, I'm having chest pains.
Yeah.
They bring you right in.
Oh yeah.
Because they take that, they put heart shit, that it trumps everything. It's like
Okay.
shot, heart. You're like, yo, it worked in jail too. But the thing is, they knew if he was trying to get down there for something else, after a while, they just send you back. It's like, oh, we know what you're doing.
Passing notes,
Yeah, they're like, yo, Gio, you just withdrawn.
flying kites.
I'm like, no, man, I'm having chest pains, man. I'm having chest pains. Yo, come on, let me get some Tramadol.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck at some of the places I was at. You say chest pains, you'd be waiting a week, 2 weeks still.
Oh,
Give
no,
a
that's
fuck.
illegal. You could have sued the shit out of them.
But here's the thing, and here's the other crazy thing too. If you come in to an ER like on your own,
Right.
nigga, you still gotta go through the metal detector, all that
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you don't see me
Yeah.
limping? Nah,
Yeah.
go through this metal detector.
Like, that's the bullet in my hip going off, motherfucker.
go
let me
around.
go.
Back in and then go over
ID.
there and sign in.
ID, sir? You need ID?
I was looking at like some of my family history. Now my uncle and my father have lived the longest. Like my father's father, I don't think he made 70. But all the other men have died like at like 45.
Yeah.
Just fell the fuck over. These were
Bruh.
like, yeah.
I'm already on borrowed time. I thought I was gonna binge check out. So like I'm like enjoying myself. Now my dad made it to 62, but that's not even really that long.
That's
but I'm
not
cool
old,
with
yeah.
that also, man, because I'm tall, bro.
Yeah.
Like it don't really get good for tall people
Yeah,
on the
your
back
knees
end,
go
bro.
first.
Knees,
Yeah,
back,
man.
shoulders, neck.
And ain't nobody big enough to help you. You know what I mean? Like, nah, fuck that.
Yep.
You just bedridden after that.
Yeah.
45 wouldn't be bad. I got a couple more things I want to do.
Right.
That's 2 more years.
It's a cool number, I think. Like, it looks good in the obituary, and
Yeah.
it looks good when they tell you a story. Like,
Yeah.
he's at 45. I'm like, wow, he got all this done at 45.
He did a lot of shit too. He
Like,
was
nigga,
fucked up.
you don't ever look back at, like, Biggie and Tupac died. Like, they got all this shit
Bro,
at
20s.
23,
20s, bro.
20,
20s.
Biggie was
26.
24 and 26,
Biggie
right?
was
Yeah,
23, and
Tupac
Pac
was
was
27.
26. Or
That's
something
No, he
like
was
that.
because Pac was in the 27 Club.
Right.
The celebrities who died at 27.
Speaking of Biggie and Pac, fucking Diddy, bro. I saw one of the funniest things yesterday. It said, Diddy's not going to prison. Prison's going to Diddy.
Oh, dude.
He's in MDC right now.
Federal.
In Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He's in MDC.
Making music.
Now, I don't know everything that has. I've heard some wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
I heard there's videos of him fucking Justin Bieber. I heard he's
I don't
got.
think that's not in the thing.
I heard he's got
Stevie
Mary
J.
J. Blige on some shit. I heard he's got the Kardashians on some shit.
I'm pretty sure Faith Evans.
The Kardashians are sending
All
out
the bad boys.
cease and desist.
So basically, we just mad at him because he has the most epic collection
of
Oh,
porn.
he got
of all. I mean, most of you probably have videos of regular ragtag chicks from an old iPhone 4 or some shit like that.
Right.
Not even face shots where you could identify the girl, even if we didn't know who she was.
Right.
This dude's got everybody.
Yeah, he's got a catalog. He got a dossier of him clapping different
Right.
people.
Because here's the thing.
From Meek Mills to Carl's Winslow.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
a jump. That's
Are you
crazy.
serious?
That's what they
Yeah.
said.
From Family
Yeah,
Ma-
that's what they said.
Carl Winslow.
The cop from
I know we saw one podcast clip,
Yeah, it
and
was
the
a
guy
comedian or
and
something,
the
too.
guy said Carl's Winslow. Man,
Yeah.
I don't know how
Carl's
reliable that
Winslow.
is, but that's wild.
I think I said that.
But I would say like, fuck, what was I about to say? I forgot. I don't know.
Get back into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Brittany Brave.
Brittany Brave, all the way
Brave.
from
How you doing,
Miami,
love?
Thank you for joining us.
Hey.
bringing that southern tan up here.
Hi.
How you doing? We were just talking about the Diddy freak-offs.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
What do you know about that? Have you ever been to the Miami branch?
Were you ever fortunate enough?
Weren't most of those freak-offs in Miami? Weren't a lot of it is like Miami, LA, New York?
They were. That was his first mansion that was raided. Was on like Miami Beach.
Yeah, on Star
I'm
Island.
pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, a freak off. That's just.
He was
every
just
day
sitting in
Miami.
Central Park the other day before they arrested him.
Oh, bro, he was
Yeah,
just enjoying his
in
last bit of
Washington
freedom.
Square Park.
Yep.
But
Oh, was
I
he in
saw
Washington
that it
Square?
was Washington Square Park, and what I thought was so great about that, the amount of people still running up to take selfies.
Oh, of course. I would have went and
Still
took a
running up to
selfie.
take selfies. Right. Would you have gotten a selfie?
Hell no.
No,
I would've
Would you
gotten
have
a
selfie.
Yeah, just to like incriminate him
Yeah.
in Photoshop.
That way you
Fucked
could get a
up
part of
shit.
the lawsuit.
Bro,
I was there.
He
This is me
grabbed
and
my
him.
ass. He's diddling to the end.
Well, the thing about
He's
him
going
is
out with a
like
bang.
he's not like a punk per se. Like
Nah, a
he's
lot of
not-
people.
no,
Yeah.
no.
he's like a
He's
street
not
dude.
at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But I
Like,
think that
he's
was
fucked a
him.
lot of people up. Even when
He's
I
fucked
was,
a lot of people too.
yeah.
He's fucked a
he
lot
beat
of
up
men,
he beat
women.
up Steve Stout.
Yeah,
that?
I mean he smacked Drake.
Yeah, Steve Stout. So him and Nas,
He's a music
he
exec.
did a song with Nas called "Hate Me Now." It was on Nas's. I think it was on I Am, the album. But there's a part in the video where they're both
Nostradamus.
carrying crosses, and his pastor advised him to not have that part.
Who's
in the
pastor?
Puffy's-
Diddy's?
Diddy's.
Diddy's pastor?
Told
Diddy
him-
has a pastor?
Yeah. Well, this
TD
we're,
Jakes.
Where
I mean,
has he
they have
been?
so much in common. They both like little boys.
We're
They're
going
so-
back.
Where has this pastor been in all this time with all the guidance? Like, come on.
He's been at the freak offs.
Right. Forgive me, Father, for I have
He's
sinned.
like, listen, he stands right at the door and he goes, whatever you do past this point is okay in the eyes of God.
Yeah,
That's
y'all-
it. Yeah.
But he'd talk about it different at church. He was like, I was at one of Diddy's faiths off, like a pray off, a
Yeah.
faith off.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had Steve Stout beat up. He beat him over the head with a champagne bottle
Yeah.
to get him to remove that from the video. Which I think he was Nas's manager at the time, and then he fucked up Drake.
he
His
smacked Drake in the
father
face.
was involved with who? Frank Lucas.
He physically fucked up Drake?
Yeah,
Did he
smacked
did?
like
him.
fucking.
he just smacked him and they broke it up.
He pushed him, and Drake dislocated
I
his
do-
shoulder.
I feel like the
that's
best-
the most light skinned shit.
It
Fall
is.
and get your fucking shoulder dislocated.
Also, I feel like the best way to fuck Drake up is just to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Be like, Drake, nobody likes you.
I know my
He's
girl's not texting me
broken.
back. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still curious to see if he'll come out from under, because some of the stuff that he comes out from under, because you want to talk about fights. Do you remember when he was like launching kettlebells at his son's like college coach?
No,
That's
Drake?
a fucking felon.
Oh,
No, Diddy.
Diddy, yeah, I heard
Diddy,
about
he was like
that,
a helicopter dad, which
Because
again,
he didn't give him no
great dad.
playtime.
Launching kettlebells at the coach because you're not getting enough field time. Like, talk about dedication, but
What's
that's
that, for
attempted murder.
Football?
Yeah. That's attempted murder. He's launching kettlebells.
I mean, yeah, weights, bro. I remember, once weights start getting thrown at people, I remember I was locked up and there was a big black dude, this big Puerto Rican dude beefing in the weight pit, and then the Puerto Rican dude grabbed a 45-pounder.
Of course.
Yeah, bro. And he went to fucking, and the black dude caught it like that.
I feel like that would be my role in jail. If somebody couldn't find a kettlebell, they'd pick 100 pounds of me up,
They'll grab you by your feet and just swing you
swing me
around.
around. Yeah, exactly.
Imagine having to read that report too. At that time, the inmate grabbed another inmate and launched her.
He got 2 assaults. He's like, no, that's 1 assault. He's like,
Yeah.
no, that's 2 assaults.
That's not domestic abuse. You have, we're extending
You
the
use that
charges.
as a weapon.
If you would have hit him with that shit, he would have caved his skull in.
That's
Oh,
what
he
I'm
would've
saying.
killed him.
He would've
He
killed
probably
him.
That's what I'm saying.
brain dead.
He didn't even go to court for that.
No.
That's what I'm like. The guy
the
is
COs
Teflon.
didn't even know what happened.
Oh, you talking about the jail
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, but
funny.
no, he didn't even go to court for throwing that shit.
No.
He didn't go to court for a
lot of shit.
Right.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. This
That's
this
why-
the real Teflon Don here, man.
Yeah, but it's
You
who
might-
was protecting him.
You might know this, but you don't know. I threw a roast of Diddy in Miami.
Yeah.
Like just to
yes,
make fun of the allegations and the fact that he's a billionaire pedophile and 50 Cent ended up showing up. He was in town that night and he got word of it, and it was all for charity. It was for the National Domestic Violence Hotline. But in the process, me and the comics, in the process of putting it together, like that writer's room, we were like, all right, so what do we want to start with? Touching boys or beating women with kettlebells? Like literally, it was like layer after layer after layer of shit.
Damn, too bad you didn't know about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, at the point,
That's
nobody knew.
Nobody knew. Why did they leave that out? Why did they?
What do you mean? Why did they include it?
No, that.
They included it
Well,
just to
that's-
embarrass that man. Come on, man.
No, they included it to prove that shit was not consensual. I needed 1,000 bottles of baby oil the first time me and my ex did anal too. So that's the proof.
I thought everybody was just walking around all slippery and shit. I didn't know it was just for like anal, because that's a lot. Because I'm like, my whole thing is like, how many freak offs did you have before you realize, all right, like 10 bottles is not enough. We're gonna need more.
These
We're gonna
parties
need
were
more.
like massive, and then he also used to have those like the white parties in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Which
Those ones I knew about.
Baby oil and white clothes don't mix well. That's not a.
Nah,
you ever
yeah,
got
they
baby
don't.
oil and white
It's
clothes?
just those become disposable white clothes.
I wonder if the baby oil was just for the music videos, because I watched that episode of MTV Making the Video, and baby oil is how they used to fake sweat in music videos. So that could be, hey Diddy, there's an alibi. There you go.
That is an alibi. I guess.
Oh, and maybe he bought it wholesale for the
Buying
music
in
video
bulk.
business, but then it was like,
Yeah.
fuck, we're done making videos.
Did they find the baby oil in New York?
Wait, no, the house. What was the house that got raided? Was it in Miami?
I think it's in Miami. I think that's
Yeah.
where they found.
But that's
everything.
like maybe literally it might be just left over from video shoots then. Like have you seen those people? Dude, have you seen those people?
Oh, that's all
who-
prop baby oil. That's
Right. Have you seen those people who've been buying storage lockers and they found like Kanye's all his tour shit? It's just was left in a storage locker and no one paid the rent.
Really?
And they just auctioned it off. Yeah.
It's a bunch
That's
of merch.
funny.
And like
It's
actual,
merch, the rolling kits,
Oh, it's
lighting
probably
kits.
thousands and thousands of dollars worth of shit.
But it's just the tour is over,
Yeah.
and they I guess they threw it in a storage unit to see if it was gonna come back, but it didn't. You know.
That's funny. I feel like Diddy's alibi with all that is going to be like, sir, 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. And he's going to be like, and those are all people I could have. But look at, I exercise self-control.
He's like, I had those 1,000 bottles for 10 years now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a changed man.
It was lube too, not just baby
It was
oil.
lube and baby oil.
Yeah. So I guess the baby oil was for them to do like the slip and slide.
All right, my
on
thing
his
is-
50-foot bed outside. He
thing
just had a
is-
50-foot.
I've never had to use lube
There's
before.
a detective. There's a lead
I might
detective
have
on
once
this
or twice
case,
before.
right? Who's gonna make a career for himself
With
out
this.
of being the man who brought down Diddy,
Brought
right?
in the lube.
But then there also is some lower level person who. What was your role? me and her, we counted the baby oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 bottles? You know how long that? Yeah, you gotta sit there and log evidence. Yeah,
They're
We gotta start
standing
a
next.
Every serial number.
They're doing
Every-
the press conference. You know how they usually have all the
Every
guns and the
SKU.
drugs.
Drugs on the table.
Is this 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Be like we've finally got all
Johnson and
this.
Johnson
gotta
is like, is there
do-
any way we can get that one back? Because that's a good batch right there. Like there's no cancer in there.
I think about the cleaning ladies. I think about whoever had to clean up after those parties. Whoever
There
was
probably was.
hired.
You know, there was this cum and shit
Yeah.
and blood.
How
all
do you
over the
Yeah.
clean
place.
oil? You can't water and oil don't mix to
Nah,
begin
no.
with. So
You
how
need,
you gonna get all that shit out?
All-purpose called degreaser.
I thought honestly he was pretty brave for throwing white parties with like all white attire because I'm like, you just walked out looking like a 23andMe. Like
Yeah.
you're just covered in like cum and blood and
This looks like
DNA.
a soaking wet roll of toilet paper.
So the charges are. Is there? What are the? Do we know what they are exactly?
This is the weird thing, right? They didn't mention nothing about the tapes. They
Right.
didn't mention Lucien Grange, the head of Universal, basically like the boss of the bosses right
Right.
now in the music industry. He was mentioned in the lawsuit, but he wasn't mentioned in these charges.
Right.
They didn't bring up none of the minor stuff, like fucking little kids.
So what are they?
Sex trafficking,
Sex trafficking.
drug possession, gun possession, racketeering. But again, they left out all the videotape shit that is not mentioned in any of the charges.
Well, sex trafficking is pretty serious.
it's also
But sex
huge in
trafficking
South
is-
Florida.
Yeah.
That's a new thing
Yeah.
now where flying a bitch out consists as
Yeah, that's
Really?
trafficking now.
Well, if you're paying
if
for
you
it.
bring a
If you're
motherfucker
if you're
over
paying
state
for it, yeah.
lines, anything over state lines is like this weird shit you didn't realize you was doing.
Right.
I
You know
always
what I mean?
knew not
Even
to
now-
accept those offers when men were
Right.
like, I'm gonna fly you out
But,
for the
like,
weekend.
Cash app in a motherfucker.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna have to
For-
fuck you for free
for a
now.
blowjob.
This is a
But
tax
even for
write-off.
anything.
Right.
Because
You,
it's gonna be
if
sex
you
trafficking.
if you
You got on the
defraud
plane.
somebody via Cash App and they account is in another state,
That's fraud.
That's wire fraud.
Yeah.
In their
Yeah,
state,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like they
Yeah.
get weird with the
It turns federal
trying
once
to
it
make
goes.
this shit stick. But
yeah.
yeah, like
So
that could be anything.
Them Africans and Indians that get you, that's international wire fraud.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but they have different laws out there, and they're not gonna give up their people. That's like their number one income.
Yeah,
scheme
I remember
right
somebody
now.
was saying how literally there's no crime in India for credit card fraud because they don't even have the word for credit card or the concept.
No
of
wonder
credit
why
card.
every time I call Wells Fargo and I'm like, oh, I don't know, I don't recognize this $300 bar charge. They're like, no problem, we get you a new card. No problem, we send new card, we cancel, we
You gotta
cancel.
get an Indian man or Indian woman. Oh my god, they're gonna make
Strict.
you run through fucking loops and shit.
Yeah, I also don't know what accent that was. I spent too much time in
Almost
Miami.
Mexican. Yeah.
That was the bouncer.
Well, if it was short and sweet, it was Mexican. Them Indians, they be, thank you for reminding me of that part. First, I want to thank you for, and it's like, nigga, get to the point. What are you saying, man?
Mrs. Brave, we will wipe up the debt if you.
I had to
Send me a picture of your feet to my email.
I had to change my flight on Sunday, and I was doing it through the messenger, and the motherfucker was like, "This is Devon," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah.
Like, bitch, I smell you through the chat.
my
I can
ass.
smell that body odor.
My
That's you.
mother-
Fucker.
yeah, I love when you open the chat and they're like, this is Jane Doe. Yeah. You're
Like, I smell the turmeric,
Stop.
bitch. You're not fucking
The turmeric.
the turmeric and
I
saffron.
thought you said
I don't know. They use that a lot.
So, bro, this is the end of an age, man. I mean, he was very powerful at one point. Big part of my childhood.
I don't know. I feel like everybody's gonna reunite on the other side, on that other side of that wall. and
Oh,
they're
he's gonna be
start
having Diddy
cranking out-
parties in jail.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
He's gonna have real freak offs.
One, first of all, I don't know if you guys, if you do yourself a favor, just go back through Apple Music or even YouTube and just search Puffy and R. Kelly. Any song they ever did together was a fucking hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just like, yeah, get those guys behind bars, start cranking out hits again, man. I can use them to satisfy
Now,
you.
R. Kelly, he's never coming out. That's it. He got life, right?
he's dying in there.
Yeah.
Because he's
I
like, what, like
also-
60 or some shit?
I
or 50?
drove past the hotel that he used to bring girls to
That's
in
all you
LA to pee on them. It's like a Ramada. It wasn't even like
Like
a
a
Four
nice one?
Seasons.
Oh, yeah.
It's like right on Sunset.
We be thinking that's like the Hollywood, the hotel Whitney died in. It was kind of trashy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. People go out there to do trashy shit.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Whitney Houston. She was
That's
the
how they
best,
stay
man.
rich, man.
The
That's how they
greatest.
stay rich. You ain't see.
That's
Yo,
also
well,
how
now-
they get caught, though, too. Like, once you see the address of the hotel, you're like, you ever walk into a hotel on the road where all comics, and you're like, it's not that someone died in this room, someone got murdered. Like, you know, like if you pick that cheap hotel room, you walk in some nights and you're like, I smell.
I always say that. I'm
Someone
gonna
died.
die. I'm gonna die.
There's
in
a
a
drug
hotel.
dealer right next door to you. You hear
Got
people
beat his
coming and
girlfriend.
going. Yeah, there's that
Yeah.
single lady who's like running away from her husband with the kids.
Yeah.
So it's like her and 7 kids in a motel room.
One time when I got out, I had to report to this shitty ass motel. I mean, it was shitty too. And then the guy and the girl next door were just like fighting all night long, and I was just like, Jesus Christ! Like, I just want to rest. And then there was cops there the next day. I didn't really think nothing of it. Then I was reading the paper the day after that, and he beat her to death.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel so safe in those kind of hotels.
In case there's a fire, you could just run straight outside. It's
check
just
in, you
right
start
out.
meditating.
I like being able to get right outside, but it's just like there's so much other shit going on.
Yeah.
No one's worried about my black ass. Like
Yeah.
I can safely sit in my room and bag up with a gun on the nightstand.
Yeah.
No one's coming in here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the guy in 4C, he's cool. He's good. He's just relaxing. He's not bothering anybody. He's not being loud.
I've stayed in motels where you get there. It was like 2 beds. One bed is just stripped down to the mattress, and you kind of go, "Yo, ain't no sheets in the bed." And they say, somebody be here tomorrow. Like, fuck, man.
Like, I'm checking out tomorrow. Yeah,
I'm not
that's
staying
it.
here until they come back.
Here's
Help me.
6 extra towels. Lay them out on the bed.
But remember those old
Yeah.
motels where they used to have to like bolt the TV down
Yeah.
to that little
Yeah.
fucking table? You know what I mean? Like people were living out of them.
Yep.
That shit was like, I don't know, something cool about
The
this.
Bible in the drawer next to the bed actually looks used. Dear God, how do I pay for this
Do you
hotel?
think that ever happened? Anyone ever just sat in the and read the Bible in
Yeah,
a shitty
with
motel?
a gun in their mouth. Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, or that
Trying
guy
their
after
hardest.
beating his girlfriend to death probably was like, "Okay, forgive me, Father, I have
He
sinned."
beat her with the Bible and then read it after.
Yeah.
Or at least began reading the story of Adam and Eve to her and be like, this is why you deserve that.
I felt bad because I was like, damn. I mean, I didn't know it was that bad.
You're right.
I didn't know. It just sounded like they were fighting. But
Was it Diddy and Cassie fighting? Was it?
it was a shit, bro.
That's
This
what I was
a
going to
shithole.
ask.
That was
I
a
know you
nice
pay attention
hotel.
to the news and stuff like that. There was a video like a week or two ago. This old lady, she just got like sucker punched in front of her building.
In the
did you
city?
see- Yeah.
Was she Asian?
No, she was just an older lady. I think she was like white or and like some like Latino dude. He's walking, turns around, sees her, and then just walks back and hooks her. It's weird, but they don't show the impact. Because it's an older white lady,
They
they
black it
stop it right at the contact and then go,
Yeah.
blah, 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 and then they cut to her, she's down, and everybody. And I'm like,
damn.
that's crazy because Cassie's beating, they showed the whole thing,
thing,
bro.
yeah.
The
Well,
whole
but
thing.
they also showed the whole thing because that was her. She had that footage for years.
Really?
Somebody gave her a copy of that footage for like years, and she held on to it. And then in November is when they settled or whatever.
And then they got released
and
after.
then she sold that footage. I'm sure she made money off of that as well. So I
Oh,
think
of course.
I think it was very intentional that they showed every second of that.
That's just wild,
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
She knew what she was doing. This was gonna be her gotcha moment.
Because I
for
used to
him.
think about that even for Cassie's thing. Like for like, yo, did anybody talk to her before they plastered this video on every news
I
outlet
think she
and
was
all the
very
social
aware.
media
Yeah.
to be like,
It's-
yo,
As soon as it
one of
dropped,
the worst moments of your life is about to be on replay for the next week and a half.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure she was fully aware. I also heard that he tried to buy it off of the hotel. Like he knew and he put 2 and 2 together that there was security camera footage, and like for years he kept throwing numbers at the hotel to buy it, and they were
Yeah.
like, nope. And I don't know if she bought it or if they just handed her a copy of the footage, but I heard she had it on her she was waiting for her moment.
What do
She
y'all-
settled, got her money, and then she was like,
probably made another $1 million off that.
What do y'all think
Yeah.
about that? Like
I think she-
because it's like weird when a hotel can't control that, like an employee selling footage. Because the hotel where Diddy got robbed, they sold that footage.
Yeah.
I mean, not robbed, where he got arrested.
Right.
TMZ had that, like, even though they quietly got him in the lobby and didn't make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Nah, we selling the video footage. Everybody can see it.
For
because
sure.
it's like 50,000. Some of those.
Bro, the
clips.
security
if it's like
guards,
a big
yeah,
person,
but
you
I-
get 50,000 just
it
for
happens
just
all the
copy and
time.
Yeah,
paste.
you
Yeah.
offer me fucking 10, I'll be like, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll edit,
know.
I'll edit it
That's
too.
what I don't like. I don't like that shit. I don't-
500.
Are you kidding? Yeah, for $5,000, I'll do something fucked up. I'll let you get it on camera and sell it.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's just like they call paparazzi on themselves when they're going out. You know what I
They
mean?
do that sometimes?
Yeah,
they do
yeah,
that shit all the time.
Yeah. You got to think. I always think about that. Like when you're at that level of fame, and like you see like a really petty, shitty divorce happening in the public eye.
Right.
Like you have that power to be like, I want. Like J-Lo's gonna do that to Ben Affleck. She's the second she moves on. she's gonna use her money, call the paparazzi, and make sure somebody's there to catch her moving on.
Yeah.
So
well, no,
he
she doesn't
sees
have
it.
to, because she's probably gonna be mentioned in those freak off.
Yeah, I mean, oh, for sure, bro.
That's
Did
what
you
they're
guys
saying.
see Shine? They interviewed Shine the other day. I don't know. He doesn't sound like he's from Brooklyn anymore. I'll tell you that. He has a straight up Belizean accent.
Yeah.
But he fucking went in on Diddy.
yeah.
He did you see it? Did
I've
anybody
seen
see
it,
it?
yeah.
That
I've
man
seen
is
it.
the devil.
He was that
I've
man.
always-
He ruined my life.
I also like
he
how-
looks like fucking.
He looks
Louis
like Barack.
Farrakhan.
No, he looks like
Right.
Barack Obama.
Right, guys, I'm about to say, because his lips are so black. He has been
SNL.
stress smoking for the past 20 years trying to shake that shit off, man. That man mouth is just... I have no malice in my heart.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yes, you do.
He,
He's like, I clapped my gun for a cheek.
he was
clapper.
actually. They held him down upstate. Like people respected him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't. He could have went in on Diddy at that moment, and he didn't say anything.
Who is this?
Shine.
Shine. The guy that
Shine.
shot the guy in the club when
he blew
him
that
and J-Lo
girl's
were
nose.
together.
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh yeah, and that's what
was
caused
dating.
J-Lo to leave him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's
Too.
what caused her to go back to white guys.
Yeah. I mean, bro, you ever? I feel. Did
Can we all agree too that bitch is the problem?
Oh, she's horrible.
She's
Of course.
horrible. Yeah.
She's a Puerto Rican girl from the Bronx. You're gonna be trash.
Did you
no
ever see
matter how
the
much money
interview?
you have.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. 100%.
You cannot escape it. It does
Especially a
not
Puerto
matter how
Rican
much
girl
money-
with money. A Puerto Rican girl with money. They're the worst.
Yeah.
They are
Gio
the
says
worst.
that. Gio says that. He's like, Puerto Rican girl from the Bronx is trash, as his dick is probably inside one.
No. It's been years.
I'm recovered. Yeah. I'm sober.
I learned my lesson from those.
Yeah, I think all Latinos are done dating each other.
Yeah, I'm only into white women.
And the older Latinos like that shit.
I know. I could tell you're into white women because I texted him. I was like, I'll buy you a drink. He's like, I bought a pack of White Claw. I was like, you shouldn't get this in writing. That's embarrassing.
Fucking-
She beat me to the basic white girl joke. This show is brought to you by smallbatchcigar.com. We are America's favorite online tobaccoist because we offer the best customer experience on the planet. The customer service that every cigar enthusiast deserves. If you use digital code GAS10 for 10% off, plus 5% reward points, and you get free shipping on every order. Orders to anywhere in the continental U.S. in 2 to 3 days. You get a free Bovita pack included in every purchase. Most thorough packaging in the industry, all right? And you earn 5% reward points. You want it? We got it, right? So you go to smallbatchcigar.com because it's the destination for your favorite boutique cigars, all right? For over a decade now, we've serviced tens of thousands of people nationwide. Small Batch Cigar. Once again, that's GAS10 for 10% off plus 5% reward points. Back to the show.
Did you ever see the interview with the girl whose nose he shot off?
Yes.
No, wait, what? No.
The girl from the
He
club that got
he
shot.
shot a bitch's nose off?
The
Yeah.
girl from the
I
nightclub.
thought she got shot in the eye.
No, he blew her nose
Her
smooth
whole
off.
shit got,
Yeah,
she's
he-
like, it's a funny because it's
Bring it
like
up.
that. It was not funny, but it's like that when that lady got her face ripped off by the
the monkey.
chimpanzee.
Yeah.
And now she's sitting there doing the interview.
yeah.
I never thought this
Now she
could
looks like
happen to me.
Scarecrow from fucking Batman.
Yeah, that's how this lady is. She's just all like,
Diddy was probably like, that's a nose job in the hood. You're welcome.
she was a young black lady, and she gave a riveting testimony
Yeah,
of what
yeah.
happened.
What
but it was hard to
happened-
take serious with the bandage on her
right.
face.
And she's all like, listen.
It's like when Trump had the bandage on his ear. He's like, this is a crime. They tried to get me. I'm
That
like,
lady's all like, when they say ladies in free before 11, don't go.
she's like, ladies, it's a trap. It's a trap.
But yeah, there's.
Oh, no.
Damn. Yo, I feel like nothing really happened.
It looks
she
like
probably
Meg
just
Thee
got like a
Stallion a
little,
little bit.
scratch.
Nah, her nose was blown. He blew her nose
No,
off.
it looks like
She blew her nose?
It looks like New York during 2020, where it's like, oh, your mask is out of place. You gotta,
Ma'am, you need to pull it. You need to cover your mouth.
You gotta pull it
You gotta
down a
cover
little
your
bit.
mouth.
Dude, did you guys see the video of the guy who shot up the Trump hotel in 2016?
Yes.
When they interrogated him.
No.
Uh-huh.
So this is 2016, and you can find the video. He talks about how he was a sex slave for Diddy.
And Rick Ross.
And I think he
They're
said Rick
gay.
Ross. But he said he would have me. Yeah, he's like, he would
Is he a
have
white guy or
me-
black guy?
He sounded
looks
like
white.
Eastern
Yeah.
European. I think he was
Yeah.
like an Eastern European dude, kind of stocky.
But he was like out of it. I mean,
Yeah,
feet
but
up on the chair in the interrogation room, barefoot. Half his
but to
half
make
his
those
shit
claims
hanging
back
off of him.
then,
It was crazy that he was saying that. Like,
He felt safe.
huh?
He felt safe for once.
dude, also he was in a prison gown, not a prison gown, in a hospital gown.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Wow, he's
like, he
doing
was
Booty
already,
out and all that.
He
Yeah.
was definitely PC, man. Like this dude, he was gone.
7:30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
this
at
guy
him.
right
Come on.
here.
Without even pause. Don't even say nothing. How does that guy look? He looks nuts, right?
Yeah, he looks 7:30.
But I mean, a guy that big, I can get why Diddy was like, "Hey, yeah, come me, big fucking Russian Ukrainian guy." Fuck
He looks like my taxi driver on the way over here.
That's look at Diddy's eyes.
Did you see
I
the
don't feel
video of
safe.
Diddy and Bieber when Bieber, he was like, I haven't seen you in a minute. Where you been? We used to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
And Bieber was like,
Yeah, he's like hugging him, kissing him in the neck.
Yeah.
yeah. And then Usher just deleted all of his tweets this week.
Really?
And something happened where all of Usher's tweets got deleted. And everybody came at him and he was like, oh, you guys are crazy. It's not a bad Wi-Fi. I don't know what happened.
John Legend's wife.
Chrissy Teigen,
Yeah.
yeah, with the whole
about her.
Pizzagate thing.
Well, yeah, they said that she was involved with like maybe eating children and shit like that.
I don't think that.
Or fucking them, some shit. Yeah.
Listen,
Bro,
it's Hollywood. You'll do anything to look young.
I feel like we're gonna about to
that.
find some shit out, some shit that we don't want to know. I found out so much shit I don't want to know this weekend. I just found out that Justin Bieber, they got him on video saying the N word.
Oh, I saw
What?
that. That's
Oh,
all.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
That
I didn't know
That's
about
all.
it. That was hard R.
That was old, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's from the trailer park.
Yeah, he's trash from up in
like-
Canada.
He was like 10 years old too. He was like very young, so it's like, you can forgive him for that.
I didn't see the video. He was
I saw the
10?
video. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good stuff.
What was he talking about?
I think they were asking him, he was just doing a play on One Less Lonely Girl.
What's
What?
Instead of One Less Lonely Girl, he was saying like One Less Lonely Nigga.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Are
Being
you
an
fucking
idiot.
kidding me?
Yeah, and it could have been doctored up, but I know I've heard and seen that, so that's probably
Who
what it
was
is.
filming him? His mom?
Yeah, somebody, no, not his mom. He was like hanging out with idiots. Like it was like a
Diddy was filming him.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'll forgive him if it was right after he hang out with Diddy. Then I'm like, you can let
he's
that
not in good
N-word
shape. He
slide.
doesn't know.
But
Yeah.
it looked like he was all fucked up, like like the same way like when kids come out of the dentist.
Yeah,
Which there's got to be some of those kids dropping hard N bombs.
Oh, for sure.
Is this real life?
For sure.
Yeah, you fucking just
Dan
to be
goes
funny.
to the dentist.
Yeah, you put your kid on the internet and they can't get a job.
That's
the rest of their
really
life
funny.
because they was on
It's
anesthesia.
really funny. We're not racist. You're like, well, really, your household comes out of your kid's mouth after some laughing gas.
Right,
Like, yeah.
right.
The wildest thing I saw was a girl telling her mom, she's like, Mom, I want to suck dick. She's like, I haven't been fucked.
Yeah,
I want to.
yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
Like a
yeah,
little
on
girl?
anesthesia. Yeah,
She
she
was
was like a
like-
teenager.
yeah.
Like maybe like a college student, but it was still just. She was on anesthesia.
She's
It's
like, I've never done it, Ma. I wanted to.
Ma, I want to need some dick.
And her mom was probably like, well, not when your mouth's limp like that. We need you nice and
We
awake.
need you to heal first.
It's like one of Diddy's victims. You got him all joy. He's like, I want to be on Making It the Band.
Where's the baby oil?
Where's the contract?
I wonder if any of them fucking ever witnessed
they
anything
can't now.
wild.
They can't because
They
they
can't
signed
talk?
those NDAs.
They signed NDAs.
Except
And
for
the
that one girl.
The 2 or 3 girls in the band refused to sign it.
'Cause they
And
wanna
now they're
talk.
like coming forward now about everything.
There was a couple of gangster ones. Well, we had Dylon. Remember Dylon? He's forever gonna go down in history. Dylon. And then there was Chopper. He was from New Orleans.
Chopper,
And then there
yeah.
was Ines.
Enes, yeah, he's a battle. He's still battle rap.
Yeah,
he's
he
still
was kind of gangster.
Yeah, man, but he got embarrassed in battle rap. He was so trash.
Yeah,
he was trash. He was terrible. He rode that making the band wave as long as he could, and then just.
There were that many seasons of making the band?
Well, there was 6 of them. It was 3 girls, 3 guys, right?
Oh yeah, because then they did
Yeah.
the Danity Kane one.
And then they kicked
Yeah.
Dylon out. Dylon was
Before the show was over? Really?
Before I think he got kicked out by the end of the first season. If I'm not
I
mistaken.
remember not making it through the first season.
It was a bad show.
Yeah.
I remember being there when it started, and then I think life picked up, and I wasn't watching TV, and then I kind of revisited again for Chappelle's show, where they were making fun of it, but like
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how much of what Chappelle was making fun of it was accurate.
Oh, they were
'cause I
actually
hadn't
all
seen it.
in the sketch too. The Chappelle
Right,
sketch.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 3 of them were.
Closing
I think it was
the
like
studio
Enash,
down.
Chopper, and the girl.
Yeah, Dylan did not
I mean,
participate.
God,
in that.
yeah,
Every
he's-
episode of Making the Band was just watching Diddy have a fucking meltdown.
Yeah.
Was
Like,
it? Was he
yeah,
bad like
yeah,
that?
he was not like it's not
Well, he
surprising.
seems like he gets shit done. Like I love that one clip of him where he's on the phone and he's
Whatever I
done.
want,
Who
I
else gets
get.
something done? Tell me, I get shit done.
No, he was saying whatever I want, I get.
Right.
Whether it's Cassie's pussy, whether it's Carl Winslow's pussy, whether it's fucking, you know what I mean? Like when that,
Bro,
I used
how
to be
the fuck
inspired
you
by
gonna
that clip
fuck-
until all that shit came out. I was like, oh no, that doesn't look good anymore. That,
Really?
That mentality.
I had never seen that clip until a couple months ago, and that clip gave me PTSD. That clip is scary.
I,
to
That
I
watch.
age
agree
well.
that those guys are maniacs. Anybody, but I always kind of wanted to get to that. Like I wanted to be successful enough to like be frustrated in a shirt and tie
Right.
and take a BlackBerry and throw it up against the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Because whatever business I just lost
Yeah.
was that important.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right,
like I don't know why I always wanted that.
I mean, I feel like
50 had that,
he
too.
seems like one of them dudes that he wanted to be so successful. He was probably delusional when he was younger before he got famous. Diddy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably.
You
But
know
I
what
mean, they have that theory that like Clive Davis, who was like the big music exec at the time,
Mm-hmm.
who eventually came out and now he's just openly gay. He was
he really?
Clive Davis, yeah. So he's
Good for him.
and he's also. That's not the worst thing about him. It's the worst
Trust me,
thing
all the
about
Diddy
him.
allegations, it was like women touching little boys, and everybody was like, "But is he gay?" yeah.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I mean, how you gonna fuck Carl Winslow, bro?
Dude, he said, but the guy
How?
said, I don't know
How
how
did
true
you
this
do
is.
It's like it's
You know how
missionary,
true-
but like you
Oh.
just hold him by the ankle.
But the guy
Jorge, put
said,
up a picture of
That's
Carl
like fuck
Winslow,
Carl
please.
Winslow.
Just a
it's terrible.
picture.
It's terrible. But the guy says he goes like that.
Logistically, that
Diddy,
doesn't make sense.
Diddy
Wait,
looked
I'll
at
never
him
be able to
and
watch
was
Die
like,
Hard 2 ever again. Ever again, man.
Whoa, he was in Die Hard too?
He was the cop who was helping him the whole time. Or was
That's
it,
where Family Matters came from.
or was it one? Was it one?
The one?
It was
Oh,
one.
okay. I was gonna be like, that was Samuel L. Jackson. That was Die Hard with a Vengeance.
What the hell was Bruce Willis's character's name in that? John McClane.
John
Yeah.
McClane? Yeah.
McClane.
there
I'm
you
with,
go.
oh my, that's.
Yep.
I can't.
But the guy who
Yeah,
told
he
the
looks-
story
he looks
said,
asexual in general.
Yeah,
You know
his
what I
smile
mean?
is
like,
gay.
He does, like he doesn't look like he's into women, but he don't look like he
he's into
does
men.
sex.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
Like,
Uncle Phil is
that
gay.
guy don't do sex.
There's a thing
he
with
looks wholesome.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Uncle Phil is gay?
Uncle Phil. Yeah, he was.
I
openly
love
gay.
that straight men associate happiness and giddiness with gay. That's
That is.
That is
like-
the way we feel. Yes,
it is,
absolutely.
Like it literally, you're like, he
Absolutely.
looks like well adjusted and like he's in a good
Yep.
mood.
Gay.
Gay.
Look at that guy dancing,
Crazy.
moving his hips.
He's not brooding.
smiling.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's not just fucking internalizing every emotion. That's why.
Yo,
Yeah,
it
he's
was
letting
funny.
him out.
I had
That's
I
his
went to the
problem.
supermarket
That's
last
his
night.
problem.
I went to the supermarket last night, and my cashier was gay, like flamboyantly gay, and he had Timbs on, but he had them tied all the way up. And you ever notice how gay dudes they can get their Timbs like really soft?
Yeah.
Like we wearing, they be like
Rigid.
you know, right?
Yeah.
But somehow gays, I don't know what they do in them to soften them up like Uggs, man.
I know what they're
They
doing.
covering it in
I know
baby
what-
oil.
Mink
They're
oil.
massaging it with baby oil and shit.
Fucking semen.
I was gonna
Every
say, you're
night.
like, how are gays softening their Timbs? I'm like, they're hearing them out and listening to their feelings.
Fucking booty juice and semen just running down the legs into the Tim.
But the
It
fact
starts
that
to
you-
wear on the material after a
The
while.
fact that you working at the supermarket at Tim's, you already more comfortable in them boots than any straight
Yeah.
dude I know.
Yeah.
Ain't no straight dude pulling 8 hours in no Tim's.
Yeah,
Hell
they're like,
no.
I'm not fucking these shit up at ShopRite.
Well, one, you don't want to fuck them up, and two, they're not comfortable boots.
No,
That's
they're
what I'm
not.
saying.
Yeah, not.
But he just gliding
late-
around the store in them. Just
With them laced all the way up.
lacing
got
all the way
taps
up,
on 'em,
and
so
they
they tap.
moving along with his little ankles,
I
man. I'm
mean-
like, yeah.
To be fair, gay men do make sacrifices for fashion. So he could have
Yeah.
been in a lot of pain. But he's like,
Absolutely.
I look good.
That's the one thing that I like. You got to give like any like cross dresser or trans like man to female their props because it's like they're not going to a
I
more
refuse
comfortable
to.
lifestyle.
Going into a very uncomfortable
Right.
lifestyle.
So it's like, hey, man.
Oh, yeah. As a
Let that
woman-
man use whatever bathroom he want, man.
As a woman in her 30s, I look at drag queens in their heels and I'm like, God bless.
Right.
I'd be like,
I'm
yo,
in
I'm lazy.
athleisure 7 days a week.
Oh man.
Does it
Or when
make you
people
feel
are like
a
drag
lazy
queens are
woman?
ruining the country, I was like, they can't storm the Capitol. The heels are too big. They can't. They're
I was
going to
watching
check.
a drag show.
They're gonna
like-
storm the libraries.
Probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and it was a comedy show that was hosted by.
Don't try to clean it
someone
up. You
in-
want
in
to
drag.
see drag show. You
Yeah,
were
you went to a
cheering,
drag
screaming
show?
up front. Go girl, go Frida.
You and
Nah,
Kate
but
are
you know
trying
what?
new
You know what?
things.
Because of course, I'm like, I just,
Yeah, you don't know how to have a good time with the gays.
But yo, that motherfucker was good. I talk about
Gay people
hosting.
are hilarious.
Hosting, bro.
Wait, are you
yeah.
talking about a drag queen being good live?
She was
yeah,
so
yeah.
good. They whatever the
Drag
fuck.
is they are
The whole
most,
show. All right, listen. The whole show wasn't drag. I need to stand up for myself. It was just hosted by a drag.
That's hilarious.
And
no one's even attacking you.
Yeah, no one's even.
Nobody doubted
He's like, whoa.
I need to let it be known.
I was
You could have
there.
said a drag hosted this show, but you like this drag hosted the show. But I'm not gay. I don't like.
I
dick
went
or
with
anything.
Kate. It was Kate. Kate
Right.
wanted
I
to
love
go.
her.
My girl forced me to go.
But drag performers are the shit.
But this motherfucker,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
some of the stuff was definitely hacked. But I was like, this motherfucker knows how to get a crowd going.
Absolutely.
Like, I could take I
There's
could take notes from this.
a drag house in Miami. It's called
More
Our
blush.
House, and they do
I need a better
like
wig.
crazy.
I need more foundation.
Are you guys converting to drag?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I said I was gonna take notes, and he's like, more blush.
Higher heels, bigger tits. It's incredible. It's a drag house in Miami, and they do these brunches and these nights. And like when I walked into one, I saw kids there. I
Yeah,
saw
they're doing
families.
reading.
I saw, but it was filthy. And these drag queens converted homophobic, racist Cuban Republican men. Like those men were
Latino
sitting
men
there
are the gayest.
ever.
Yeah,
But
it's,
they're
I
machistas.
am not gay.
He
Get
was
away. No. I'm not
That's
gay.
the
sitting
way.
there,
I'm not gay.
arms
That's the
crossed
way.
like this. 2 songs in, he was like, "I like it." Yeah.
Carlos Hernandez was telling me the other day.
He's
he was
gay,
saying,
but no, yeah.
he was saying that like his Cuban father, would be like, cut that gay shit out, like stop combing your hair so much. And he's like, God forbid I don't give my father a kiss on the cheek when I leave, because
Yeah.
he'll be like, oh
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Where are
yeah,
you
yeah.
going, you little? Come kiss me on the cheek.
Yeah. I did a show in
Let
Miami.
me smell your breath.
Give me right now.
He
and
smacks his ass when he's walking away.
Latino
Like
men
your
are also
daddy.
metrosexual as fuck.
Oh, for real, yeah.
Yeah.
I was having a hard time, so I got accustomed to Dominican barbers, and I was trying to find a new one once I moved to Jersey.
Yeah.
And it was hard to find because like everybody has like tight pants and curly shoes now.
The white pointy
Yeah,
shoes.
so now you just kind of stick your head in like, is there music playing?
Yeah. Is this a barbershop or a drag show?
Yeah.
Both?
You got to get a Dominican barber that like has like a rooster like picture hung above his
yeah.
mirror.
Yeah, it's like a
Is it-
picture
they
of a
fight
rooster, and then
yeah.
Kobe, and then Jesus.
Some shit like that. Yeah, yeah.
I get
that's
the
what you
best.
need.
Like every time I come to New York, I make sure I get my hair blown out by a Dominican woman.
Yeah.
Because it's that.
And your back.
It sounded like,
At a drag show.
sounded like a euphemism.
The Dominican woman with a big black strap on, and I'm like, send me out of New York. I don't want to walk tomorrow.
It's just a female drag with stolen valor.
Yeah. That's what I say. It's like all these men are upset because these drag queens look better in makeup than their fucking wives do. Yeah.
So
Yeah, some of the drags are like almost convincing now, because before it was like you would see like Wesley Snipes and
John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo and the other guy from Ghost, Patrick Swayze,
Patrick Swayze.
Tu
Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong Fu, right? That was the only thing you've ever in my life I saw about drag queens and RuPaul. That was it.
Okay.
Oh,
That
what
was
about
the
white chicks?
only-
That was later in the game.
Yeah, that was
Later in the
I was
game,
like,
but-
yeah, but they were like
20s, yeah.
undercover.
But like
FBI
when
agents.
Tu
Yeah.
Wong Fu came out, we were children.
Yeah,
So
I
that
a
was
kid.
like.
I was like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is this?
I remember
But I'm
going
like,
to
I
see
like
that
John
in theaters
Leguizamo.
with my mom because she couldn't find a babysitter. So I'm like,
Oh, that's funny. I grew up on Rocky Horror Picture Show. And
Really?
oh my God, I love
I
it.
That's
never,
a gay thing,
I never
right?
got that one.
That's a
Tim Curry
LGBT.
was.
Tim Curry. Well, it was like
yeah.
banned from the theaters. They
Yeah.
didn't want it, and then like alt
Meatloaf
theaters
was in
started
it.
picking it up, and now it's like a.
Did they have nudity or something?
They had nudity, but it was very. It really was,
was,
like
like,
kind of
tasteful?
borderline if
He
kids
was
should
like
watch
a
it.
psycho killer drag queen, right? Wasn't he cutting people up and
Yeah,
stuff?
and then like some like basic ass white couple gets stranded on a road trip and
It was a
finds
musical.
their way in.
Yeah,
It was a
Little-
musical.
yeah.
Little Shop of Horror was it for me when it came to like the
Little Shop of Horrors was the shit. You ever see that one?
oh yeah.
I like that Steve Martin for one time in his life, played like a dude who was bad. He was like,
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
fucking Dennis character.
he hit Adrian, he hit that girl,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then Steve Martin, Rick Moranis fed him to the fucking
The plant.
Yeah.
fed him to the
Yeah.
plant. Yeah,
You know that
He
plant.
can get it.
That plant was
Steve Martin.
actually the plant that Harvey Weinstein jerked off into,
Hilarious.
and it created
That's
that
what
monster.
happens. Yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
That's
I'm
the
not gonna
origin
lie to you,
story
though.
of that movie.
I got some plants that I've been growing them for like 3 years. They're getting really big and starting to like come together and touch. Like I don't know what might happen, man. What? I don't know. I'm worried. Like could it be some Little Shop of Horrors type shit? Where these motherfuckers just start talking to me. One day I cut my finger and then I'm like, oh shit, you've been here this whole time.
feed me, Seymour.
Hell yeah,
feed me,
man.
Dave.
Yeah, Tiana just disappeared.
I think she went back to Puerto Rico.
I don't know. I
She
don't
left.
know.
Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors, because it took place in New York. It was like in the fucking.
It was in Epstein's office.
I don't know, because they also refer to Skid Row, which did
Oh,
New
LA.
York have
That's
a Skid
LA.
Row? Is that an
LA
LA
Skid
thing?
Row.
Yeah.
Skid Row is just one. Isn't it the name of the street? Skid Row.
No,
I don't think it's actually called that.
It's
not?
Yeah, they just started. They
Oh.
made it that. Yeah.
I thought it was like Skid and then RW.
Bro, I remember I stayed there once. One of my first times going to LA, I was broke. I had no money, so I just tried to find like the cheapest hotel. I
So
could
you
find.
stayed on Skid Row?
I didn't know what Skid Row was. I just saw it was.
He's like, I actually stayed at the hotel where R. Kelly pissed.
He's
I
like, all the
stayed-
sheets were yellow.
I stayed in a
That's weird.
hotel in downtown LA, which me coming from Philly,
That's nothing.
downtown meant nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know downtown is the shit. Like that was the shitty part of LA.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, it's downtown. What could possibly be wrong? And we get there to check in, and I remember like the lady's like, do you want a bathroom or not? And you're like, the fuck does that mean? Like, so this
Yeah.
is like, oh, some of them just have you share a bathroom in the hallway with the people on the floor. Do you want that or not? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
That's
Like a
when I started
boarding
to see
home?
what this shit was, right?
Yeah.
So we leave, we go off to do comedy, running around seeing all the different places. Then we come back at night. It's like a different place. Now, tents set up. There's people sleeping everywhere. And you're just like, yo, what the fuck?
It's like a hostel.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was also where I learned, I got like a weird taste of, I would say it has to be transphobia, but not in the way y'all think. Like, there was a trans woman being ejected from the hotel because I guess she just wasn't paying on her
didn't pay
shit.
her.
Right. So she's in the lobby, but she looks like shit. I mean,
She's
got
not
like
done
this.
up or anything.
It's been a long few days for her. She's wearing like this.
She's on a crack.
Like a
bag.
robe.
Yeah. She's wearing like a robe, like a leopard print robe, big hair, but like the plastic surgery and everything is very shiny, and she's trying to cover herself, but there's a smell to her also. And they're like, no, there's nothing we could do. So I'm trying to go.
Was it
upstairs to
FFA,
room.
the smell?
What's that mean?
Freshly fucked ass. Was it that?
I was like, yo, my dyslexic ass went for his podcast and
Freshly fucked ass. You're like unrelated. There were 1,000 empty bottles of lube on the floor.
FLA, freshly lubed ass.
By the way, FFA sounds so close to FDA that it's like,
Right. It's
sounds
Is
like
this,
shit.
is this
FFA
FFA
regulated.
approved?
Yeah.
This is not FFA approved.
But I remember I'm trying to get in the elevator to go upstairs to my room, and it's taking a long time, and she keeps drifting
Towards.
because she like wants to try to slide in the elevator, and
Get
then
back up.
right. And every time she goes for the elevator, I'm like, oh well, fuck it. I'm not getting in there with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get in the elevator with you. Like, it was because
She
was
stunk.
trans, but it was just like. There's a lot going on. I think it was more about the plastic surgery thing because it just didn't seem human.
Right,
This doesn't
right.
seem transphobic. It seems like you were in a weird hotel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A
Exactly.
lot of
A
shit
seedy place.
was
Yeah.
going on.
Like,
yeah,
if she
but I
would've
can
been
see she's
born a
like, you're
woman.
transphobic. You're like, no,
Yeah.
bitch, you're just weird.
You're weird.
I feel
You're
you're
weird.
just weird.
You're weird. You
Yeah.
have done weird stuff to your face. I don't even know what's going on underneath of the fucking robe. I don't
Yeah.
want to know. I don't want to be anywhere
She
near
got
it.
an extra set of
You know
arms
what's
under that
funny?
robe.
You said like how like you grow up thinking
Mortal
downtown
Kombat.
areas are fancy.
She got the
And now
little
when I
ponytail.
travel, I feel like downtown's everywhere.
Everywhere downtown
downtown.
is
Like even
vacant.
downtown Miami
Right.
is shit.
It's horrible.
Fucking awful.
Okay, Miami, and y'all got an even crazier problem because y'all will build high-rise condos right on top of niggas sleeping in tents.
Yeah.
This motherfucker sleep, and construction workers got to step over homeless motherfuckers to get in and go to work and build luxury condos, but not for you, nigga. Like,
And the homeless guy is looking at the rich downtown exec going, "Can you give me money?" And he just goes like this, "Here, crypto."
yeah.
Here you
You have a
go.
phone?
Here's
Well,
some Bitcoin.
But
Good
then I
luck.
think that flight thing happens in every city where, like, eventually it just costs too much to exist downtown.
Yeah.
And everyone starts moving, and then there's nothing left but, like, shelters and weird hospice and shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
Yeah,
start
because
taking
downtowns
over.
always had their heyday, like even just 10, 20 years ago. Downtowns were bumping.
Right.
But now the downtown in almost every major city you can guarantee looks jacked up.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
even right across the street from where I live, they're building luxury apartments, but Washington Square Park is right there. And then in front of where they're building, they're almost done, there's an encampment of homeless people.
Yeah.
And I mean, and they're a wild group. They're a
Which
wild
is so
bunch.
funny to
about
have,
7
like,
of 'em.
to be a security guard whose job is to protect an empty building from being ransacked by people who need a home.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're going to have to answer to that on Judgment Day.
Oh, 100%.
You're gonna step on a lot of human shit.
100%.
yeah.
God's going to be like, I gave you the opportunity
yeah.
to give millions of people a home.
Once
and you
they got
said
in there,
no.
they were in.
Oh, yeah.
For $21 an hour, you said, nah,
Yeah.
stay
Yep.
outside.
Yeah, by the way, there's no electricity in this building, so here's a flashlight.
Yeah. Good luck.
Play Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I feel like once they got in there, they probably could have a hard time getting them out.
And
Yeah.
okay,
Squatter's
so
right.
Yeah.
we actually have a theory that we were talking about on Do-Rag and the Deer Tag podcast that because the way
Salute
new
to them.
buildings are made, everything is digital, right? And it's just like a fucking jail.
Oh, yeah, key fob.
It's just like a jail.
Yep.
You got a bracelet or a fob that determines where you get to move around in the
If
building.
you can get on the elevator,
Right,
you get into
right.
the stairwell.
So it'd be the same thing where it's nothing once you in the pod to be like, all right, your service is restricted. You're not coming out.
right.
It's easy to put a motherfucker in lockdown in a luxury condo.
Oh, yeah.
And then probably they said, like, because we were talking about the migrants, the Mexicans that have been kind of getting, they said they're getting them into
Mostly
those
the
buildings.
Venezuelans.
Oh, yeah, I've been hearing about that.
Yeah.
But, like, they were saying if the Mexicans fill up the buildings and then they just and shoot them all off to Mars.
Oh, I thought you meant like a controlled explosive. I thought you meant like a demolition. a rocket.
No.
You're like, look, from
Shoot him back
we got
over
a
the
lot
wall.
of building to do up in Mars once we colonize that motherfucker. So
there's got to be something like you came here an alien and you're leaving an alien. That's it.
Here's your
Shoot
green
'em up.
card.
That's it.
I didn't realize how many Venezuelans are playing in the major leagues right now. There's a lot of
it's
ball
like number
players.
3. It's like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and Venezuelans.
I think Puerto Ricans are even lower now. There's not many Puerto Ricans anymore playing ball. Dominicans
There's a
have really there's some, but
There's a
Dominicans
few.
really took it the fuck over.
Yeah, it's our sport.
Yeah,
We
but the
run that.
Venezuelans, man, it's wild. There's a lot of Venezuelans here in New York right now.
Oh yeah, they're having like illegal boxing matches.
That's
and
where you're
shit.
from, right, Jorge?
How many
Not at
times
all.
you have to go over
Which
this?
one
he
is
said,
it?
I don't know.
Not at all.
Which one is it again?
I'm central, bro.
He's Mexican and Filipino.
No, no. I need to remember this. I'm making a note.
Dude, I have better memory
I
than
keep
you.
fucking up this.
I'll tell you one.
No, I need Jorge. Give me a guess which
Can I
one it
give
is.
him
Give me
one?
the capital.
Yeah, I can give him a hint. You can give him a hint.
All right, one is south of us. That's such a terrible hint.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
both
You
of
from
us.
Miami?
Every single. All right, give me a hint, Jorge.
Alabama?
Central America.
Okay, give me something else.
Yeah, we've done this already.
There's like 3 countries in Central America.
this is
What are the
episode,
3 countries in Central
76.
America?
one of them, Spirit Airlines takes a lot of black people there.
Panama.
No, he's not black enough to be Panamanian.
Hold on. What countries?
You're like, I hope that narrows it down. Yeah.
No, because I feel bad about not remembering.
Damn, bro.
Wait, but you're
Oh, Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Nicaragua.
Yeah. All right. Good. And you know why I'm going to remember that from now on?
Because it's an N word.
No, because Alexis Arguello was from Nicaragua, and he was a great boxer. So I'll always remember that. Now.
I know a lot of like white a lot of my Nicaraguan friends are very white passing. Like they
Yeah.
look white.
I'm sorry, though. That was also very Jewish of you.
What?
Are you Jewish?
I will never forget now.
No, I will remember. Are you Jewish, Derek?
Half.
No way.
Yeah, the older I
You
get,
didn't
though,
hear that?
the more
You
it
didn't
comes
hear
out.
He's 85% Jewish.
That's pretty Jewish.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, what did you tell me the one time? You said
That's the only way I
when
could
my
tolerate
hat
it.
is off, you're like, when your hat's off, like you see the Jew.
Oh
much
yeah,
more.
yeah. Do
But your hat's
have you ever
off?
worn a yarmulke?
Of course.
Yeah.
When his yarmulke's off.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When you said when my hat's off, you see the Jew. I was like, oh, when you're circumcised.
Oh, I
Then
thought you
you
meant
just
like
put
he
it
had a
back
little
on.
Jew in his head. And
So on the high
clipped
holy
his
days,
yarmulke.
yeah, when I used to wear a yarmulke on high holy days, it would be on under my new era. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be under my fitted.
So
yeah.
Do you have a
Yeah.
yarmulke on under the Yankee
No,
hat
no,
right
no.
now? Don't
No.
bullshit me.
I would. If I did, I'd
It's
pull it
taped
off.
to his hat, so he lifts it
I
up. You
know.
can't see it.
Yeah.
No, I don't have
No,
it.
you get a little clip. It clips to your hair. That's how it doesn't come off. That's how. It
What if you
stays.
don't
It
have
doesn't just
hair?
sit.
find
How can you
something to
clip it
to.
on?
Find something.
Oh,
You
yeah,
just pin it
you're
onto
right.
your
A lot of
skin?
Jews
Little
are
skin tag.
bald. They probably do a little. There's probably a little yarmulke glue or something like that.
Yeah.
Pop it on
Yarmulke
there, yeah.
adhesive.
What's
I
that
mean, you'd be
putty?
surprised though. Well, I don't know whether that's for y'all. I know black people like when we shave our hair down, it's like spider. Like the hair is very prickly, so you ever
Right.
see like how
Yeah.
addicts-
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Scully
No,
on,
ours
like,
is like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no, I
very,
think everybody's hair is like when
it's got a
shaved like that.
tackiness to
Okay,
it, like
yeah,
a Velcro.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a 5 o'clock shadow. It's
Yeah,
like prickly.
yeah.
Why do you think I date older men?
5
So
o'clock
then I just
shadow.
get to stick to their bald. No, I'm kidding. That's why I like bald men. When it grows back in, I stick to him.
Well,
When
the kufi and the
Look, it hurts my pussy,
yarmulke,
though.
they're for the same thing. It's
Yes.
to remind you that there is something above you, something greater than you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's what's that. Doesn't matter if it's kufi or yarmulke. There's a lot of the Islam and Judaism. There's so many.
overlap.
Yeah, it's very a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I call them blacks and Italians.
Black-
They don't realize they're the same. Like, look at the way you guys behave.
yeah.
That's why they're always fighting, man, because opposites attract. So they're too much like each other, so they clash.
I met a lesbian couple the other day. Fucking.
Now you want to talk about being too much like each other?
One, one was a Jew, one
Lick
was
each other.
Sicilian, and I was like, Jesus, the fights in that fucking house, man. I mean, people's ears are probably.
I think it's the kind of thing. I'm Italian. I either get mistaken for Jewish or Latina.
Okay,
When I'm in Miami, they think Cuban.
right,
New York, they think Jewish.
Right.
Nobody ever thinks Italian.
right.
I don't know why.
I
But
thought
it is,
Italian
I
or
can see,
Puerto Rican when I first met you. I'm like, she's too fiery.
It's two
to
different
be
kinds of I'll kill
Jewish.
my boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you're right. It's either like when you're that similar, it's either going to be perfect harmony or you're facing a mirror and it's never going to work. It's going to,
That's funny that
What-
you also said that about like both Puerto Rican girls and Italian girls have that I'll kill my boyfriend energy, but they all both get hit a lot.
Because they
Yeah,
try to kill their
that's-
Like, it's
boyfriend.
weird.
It's
It's
literally
like-
self-defense.
They're
Yeah.
like crazy killers, but they get their ass kicked a lot.
I actually think Puerto Rican women are more capable of actually killing him. I think Italian women historically truly take it on the chin.
I mean,
More historically.
Puerto
Or
Rican
when
girls.
or when Italian women kill him, they put like a pill in his mashed potato. It's
Yeah.
like real, like,
Yeah.
because she runs the house. She's like, I'll get him one night, and then she like swaps out his meds.
Yeah,
Also-
she accidentally like confuses the cyanide for Viagra.
Exactly.
And he's still alive, but he got a hard dick now. It's like, fuck.
This is
And
also
she's
where
like,
it
just
comes
how I
down.
want him.
Like, a lot of Italians were like Masons and shit like that. Just fucking stone
Yeah,
layers,
yeah,
big,
yeah.
big
Yeah.
finger. Like, yeah, you gotta kill that guy slowly, cause those.
Yeah, he's been inhaling cement dust.
He
for
just
20
gets
years.
he
He's
just gets
strong.
fucking like acid indigestion from the sidelines. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what'd you put in
She
that
just puts
fucking
too much.
sauce?
She just puts too much garlic.
What'd you
in
put
the
in that
sauce.
gabagool,
That'll
bitch?
take him out.
Yeah. And she's also been like so close to his mafia tendencies for years. She's like, I know where all the chemicals are. Like,
yeah.
I'll make the whole thing look like an accident. I
Why
do
you
think
need
that's
all these cherry seeds.
yeah. Italian women did. That's what they do. They'll take it on the chin for years, but since they run the household and they know where everything is. That's usually, I mean, that's how Carmela Soprano got Tony back and everything. She knew all his secrets. She knew everything. You know what I mean?
But
So,
I mean, realistically, could Carmela have been with anybody else?
no.
No.
Even
And to have the light
Furio,
show-
even when she had her thing with Furio can't replace what Tony
No,
is. He's such
absolutely
a
not.
fucking presence. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He would have fucked her good a couple times, and she'd have been like, "What the fuck am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
I can't."
Yeah, no.
And then the priest, she was gonna fuck the priest too.
Right, right.
Oh, yeah.
But Tony won her over. Remember, we was just watching this. Remember, Tony won her over when the bear came
Yeah.
to the house, and this
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker came and slept in the backyard by the pool with the shotgun. It's like,
She wanted a man.
You gotta fuck that guy.
you
Come
gotta
on,
fuck that guy.
man.
You can't fuck the priest. He's gonna come fast.
He kept her.
Nah, he's not gonna come at all because you're not a little boy. So he's gonna
That's
sit there
true.
struggling. Like,
I mean,
swear
he
this
gave
never
her a certain
happens.
quality of life too. that neither one of them would have
provided
been
and
able to do.
protected the
Yeah.
children. So regardless of how much of an asshole he was, you can't.
Also, I mean, she was an Italian woman herself, so when you grow up around that kind of guy, like everyone, like he was angry, he was abusive, whatever. But that's what she had.
Her father
that's
was
familiar.
He never hit.
To
He
her.
never hit Carmela.
No, he came close though.
I think he pushed her. Once.
Yeah.
If you've seen this, Many Saints of Newark, he threw her on the ground when he was a kid.
Yeah.
When he was
In that movie,
he went
I
to go
never
beat up
watched
Art.
it.
He was going to beat up Artie, and she was like, "Guys, stop!" And he threw her on the floor.
Was there a thing where they like hinted that he might be gay in that movie in the Saints of Newark? Because I heard a couple people say that Tony had like some weird dream of a black guy or some shit.
No,
Did that happen or that was?
I didn't see that.
nah, he didn't dream about no black guy.
Well, Gio's not that far off. I feel like there were some of those scenes with the
said
therapist.
They hinted where he might be gay.
No,
That didn't happen.
no. I just watched it the other day.
Because I heard a couple podcasts talking about that. I never watched it though. So
It's
that's
like,
why
are
I'm
we
asking.
talking about Diddy or Tony Soprano?
Yeah. It was just a Diddy thing, and I mixed it up.
You got it crossed over.
Listen, when you're powerful and you're a man and you have money, get your dick sucked by whoever's available. Yeah.
Because wasn't Tony fucking the psychiatrist? That's one thing I've
No,
heard.
he wanted to fuck
He
her.
wanted to.
fuck her.
He used to dream about fucking her,
Ah.
and he kissed her one time without.
Was
her
she a black
consent.
man?
No, she was hot.
She was Sicilian.
Yeah.
She was all right.
Yeah.
A black man.
She was
A
hot. back
Sicilian
then.
woman.
Yeah, I like
She
that
was
from
very
that
hot.
movie, yeah.
I mean, he loved Carmela, but I really think the therapist was his, like, he just wasn't ready for her.
Well,
He
also
wasn't-
he was
yeah.
also used to being able to sleep with any woman he wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
and once she rebuffed him, it like threw him
But
into a
he
tizzy.
said something. Remember, he told his therapist something that made perfect sense, and I still get it to this day.
Right.
When his therapist asked him, "If you love your wife, why the gumars?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Are you out of your mind? It's the mother of my children. Have some respect."
Yeah.
like the shit that I do with these gumars, I can't do with my fucking wife.
Oh,
You
that's
crazy.
you talking about
Yeah.
analyze that, analyze this, or
No,
something?
that
he
was the
said-
Sopranos.
Yeah.
She was asking
Oh, they
him.
stole that from Robert De Niro.
This shit, yeah, she was
Yeah.
like, "Why won't you just do with your gumars?
Yeah.
What you do with your gumars, do that with your wife." He's like, "Are you out of your mind? It's the mother of my children."
Keep her out of your mouth.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
talk about her like that. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
who
yeah.
stole that from who? Because that was a
I'm
scene.
not gonna stick a salami in the mother of my
No.
kid's ass. You kidding
Dude, that's
me?
the scene where fucking Robert De Niro has a girl over the house, and then fucking Billy Crystal's like, "Aren't you married?" And he goes like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "She
Love of
kisses."
my life.
She's like, "My." He's like, "Why don't you fuck with your wife?" She's like, "My wife kisses my kids in the mouth. I can't do anything with her. I can't do the same
and
thing."
here's the thing: I don't even think it's stolen. I think Italian men do think like that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
do.
Like there's some
Yeah.
people who are like, "What are you
I
talking
can't just
about?"
throw a load on my
I'm
wife's face
showing
and be like,
respect.
"Okay, go
I'm
read
being
him a story."
respectful
That's all-
here.
Go
Yeah.
kiss him on the cheek after I just nutted all over
Yeah.
the face.
That's interesting. It's almost like that's why there's like a sexual repression with the woman once she becomes the mother of their kids. 'Cause
Right.
It's like I have to hold her to. I can't do the things I want to that woman.
Yeah.
That's how I was.
like-
I used to sell drugs.
I'm like that-
And I had
I'm
my
like that
girl
now, in
like
a
drive
way.
around with me.
I think sometimes you have your like filthiest sex or your most adventurous.
I mean, I'm not
sex.
doing anything filthy anymore. I'm old as fuck.
I
like
have
my
this
knees
theory, and you guys can let me know
Pulled a muscle, my knees
if it
hurt.
works for your life
I can't eat
also.
it from the back, Kate. I'm sorry.
The best sex you've ever had was in shitty apartments. It's like once you get like a nice
shitty
place,
motels.
yeah. Once you get a nice place, even when you get a nice hotel room, you're not having the same sex that you was getting at the Red Roof Inn. And
No,
all
because
that
you
kind
want to
of
relax.
bullshit.
You want to take
Yeah.
advantage
Right,
of that shit.
and you kind of like you want to act like you belong here. At
Also, you don't-
$339 a night, nah,
Yeah,
bitch, shut up all that goddamn screaming before they kick us out of this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah.
And it's like this-
Disagree. I'm a platinum member on Hotel Tonight for a reason.
Well,
okay?
Hotel Tonight, yeah, but they know what they're doing at Hotel Tonight. Hey, any trash want to come in for tonight and hang out?
No, see,
We
I
got a
thought
few rooms left.
I thought your theory was gonna be you're in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
You're married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for me, like
Dave,
my
you got
most
married?
adventurous.
When the fuck did you get married?
Last month.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations. I didn't even know, bro.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I thought she was just saying in a sense like, "Oh,
Did you get married in Puerto Rico or is it legal
No, I
here
can
in the
see-
States? Which one?
Because if it's in Puerto Rico, it doesn't count. Yeah.
I know we were gonna go to Puerto Rico afterwards for the honeymoon, but she said the weather was bad, so I'll just wait until.
That's it.
Everybody's taking their honeymoons like 6 months to a year after they get married.
I think that's
smart.
so smart.
Yeah.
No, not
Because
for
you
me.
really know, because like you're at your reception the whole time just thinking about we gotta catch our flight, we gotta do this.
My best player on my softball team has missed the last 3 games because he's on this fucking honeymoon. I go, bro, you got married 2 years ago. Yeah, but I need you.
Oh, this is personal. That's
yeah,
why
I
you're
need
anti.
you. I need you in center field.
This is
See,
important.
for me, the honeymoon 6 months later, because everybody says on their wedding day that like it's so overwhelming they don't remember anything. Like it's the best day of your life. You can't even process it.
Yeah.
So it's like to just run right into your honeymoon would be like it's just a lot.
That was the other
It's like
thing. We
space
wanted
it
to
out.
do it. We wanted to slow it down. Like we did our wedding small, but it's just if you keep it that high at the beginning, it's just like, and now you're chasing that high for the rest of your marriage, and
it can
how
be
the fuck do
draining,
you
too,
keep
I
that
would
high
imagine,
going?
right? It
Yeah,
could be
it's like,
draining also.
oh,
Enjoy
we
that
basically,
wedding,
that's basically you just had a fling. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
what
we
it
got
feels-
married, had a great day, and then went down here, and now you're like, afterwards, you're like, now what? Life is
Kind of matches the same adrenaline as the greatest one night stand of your life.
right,
Yeah.
right.
You go to this crazy party, you get really drunk, you have the best night.
Right,
Yeah.
and you can do it because you know you're hooking up afterwards. All right, let me ask y'all this, because
Now y'all not gonna hook up. It's like, can we go to sleep? We got a flight
Right.
at 6 a.m.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
whether, because this is a weird thing, and I haven't had a chance to talk about this. We'll probably talk about it on the podcast this week. But when a guy takes the garter belt off the girl, is he supposed to eat her pussy in front of the family? Like,
Well,
Oh,
If
when
you're
they put the head
Italian,
on
when
you.
you
yeah.
put your head up under your wife's dress in
extra
front of the
shit.
family.
Because some people just take it out with their hands and throw it. The guys
do
that
that
put
shit
their
with-
head under, it's just because
you got to do it with your
it's-
teeth, bruh.
Right, you're supposed to
Yeah.
pull it
You
off with your
supposed to?
teeth, and there's supposed to be like a whole thing of her moving around. I always assume you're supposed to eat the girl out in front of her family.
Right? No, I don't think so,
Nah,
Dave.
man, she's been out all day.
It's your wife
sweaty,
now.
it's
What are you talking
clammy.
about? No, she's only taking some
She-
pictures.
did you
She
do-
took
did
a
you do
shot.
that?
She took the last time she took a shower was like 9 a.m.
Wait.
It's
Before I
9
tell you whether
p.m.
I did it, are you supposed
You guys
to do
already
it or not?
danced.
Are you supposed to eat
She ate
your
the
wife? It's your
salmon.
wife.
No, I mean,
Are you
I
supposed
think
to eat
it's
your wife
if
out
you
now?
go under the skirt, I think it's supposed to be like a joke, like but I don't
Yeah.
think it's supposed to do anything.
This
No
is
one said it. No one
hilarious.
told
Yeah.
anybody. Are you so?
Yeah,
You
the
think the-
girl. All of a sudden,
you
the
know
Your
girls
wedding
is
was weird.
What do you think this is? The
Hold on,
fucking
you never seen that?
I've seen him put his head, but I don't think he does anything.
yeah, and everyone goes ooh.
It's
What's
like
the
a
girl? What is the girl
show.
reacting to then? What is she? What is
to
she
having a
falling
guy
out?
under her dress in
yeah, in
public.
front of him. Yeah, bro.
What she's
Yeah.
reacting to is having it look a lot like he's
you-
about to eat her pussy in front of her father.
Right,
That's what she's
right,
reacting to.
right. So it's
So
like,
whole-
Weird.
it's not the Breakfast Club, Dave. You got to fucking.
It's more of the brunch club.
it's a.
But I
it's,
am
it's
glad-
More of a dinner.
It's a joke. What did you do?
I licked her a little
Oh,
bit.
my
Like,
God.
I thought,
But did she have panties on? Like you had to do
nobody wears their panties to the fucking wedding dress.
Did she say anything to you
Is that a
afterwards?
thing? Woman, I need
Women
a
don't wear
confirmation.
panties under a wedding
what?
dress.
Have you ever heard that? A woman doesn't wear panties on their wedding day? Is that like a thing?
It depends on what your dress looks like. If you
If you can get away with it, yeah, I would.
Yeah, it is
I
real.
would- I
No
don't-
one can tell she doesn't have panties.
I
But
don't-
that's why you licked her, because you're down there and you're like, oh, well, I'm
What?
right
That's
here.
what I thought you're supposed to do. Like
That's
that, Literally,
crazy.
all right, my dad
I
has
have a
been
lot of
dead for a
questions.
long time. I don't know. There was no one to tell me that. There was no one to guide me through.
Dave, you are one of the most level-headed people I know. I am surprised that you partook in that activity.
I
at your
thought it was
wedding.
dumb to begin with. I think
He had his
throwing
own
the
little
bouquet
freak
is
on
dumb.
it.
Dave goes down there. He's like, "Oh, I guess I got to keep up with tradition."
Right, exactly. don't put me in this situation. Understand, I am not a civilized human being. I don't know.
Did she say anything to you?
She laughed like everybody else laughs.
'Cause
man.
you were
It's-
licking her
it's
pussy.
art.
Yeah, but they
why.
don't. They
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
don't
it
know
felt
that
good.
you really did that.
She
What
was
I'm
almost
saying.
about to
Yeah.
come.
No, I don't know whether anybody else does it.
Yeah. She
got
Let
a
me
little
know
giggle.
in the comments. Matter of fact, fuck it, DM me.
If you're
I'm Dave Temple. Was I supposed to eat my wife out?
I also think this is a really cultural thing because if it was like two Midwest Caucasian people and that happened, the whole family would be like, Italians would do
Right.
it.
She's Latina. I feel like Latinos invented eating pussy. Like they wanted to see, hey, welcome
That
to the
is true.
family.
Was her pops there?
No, actually, it was started in Spain. Did you know that?
What?
Eating pussy was
That
started
makes
in Spain.
sense. Yeah, I know some Spanish motherfuckers.
She
that
looked
came
at
up
me
with that
like,
shit.
yeah,
Looks like a taco. I know, that's my one gripe about Italian men. Italian men don't like eating pussy.
Really?
But they okay. Do they
That was
still,
Tony Soprano's whole thing too. That was like that was in one episode.
But they
too.
still stick their head up under the lady's dress.
Yeah, but I
What
didn't
is the
think
act
anything
then?
actually
They're like,
happened.
bitch, put the garter belt under your knees.
Yeah.
I don't want to get that close.
Put it on your ankle.
Put it on your ankle. I don't want to get up that high.
I mean, I was never a fan of
My cousin had a wedding.
cunnilingus. cunnilingus. I was never.
As I got
not.
older,
I mean, I'll do it. It's not like my go-to thing. I'm not like sitting at home like playing video games. Like, oh, I can't wait to eat some.
You know, I will say it is one.
that's
of,
how you know he's Jewish more than Puerto Rican.
well, it's pussy's not kosher, so
Yeah, some pussies are not.
I will say this: we can tell if you don't like. If you're not passionate about it, I think it's okay to not do it.
I
think it's okay
when
to
I
not
do
do
it,
it.
I'm gonna do it well. I'm not gonna just like
Half-ass it.
I'm not gonna ho-hum my way through it. Like I'll do it. I'll put
Literally
in the work.
ho-hum?
Yeah,
Ho-hum,
ho-hum,
ho-hum.
ho-hum.
I will say this: if I can't, like if she said, if I can't do it passionately because for some reason I'm just not that into the girl, chemically it's just not working out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
it,
then
there's
just
no
don't do
point
it.
in even pursuing relationship after this sex because it's just like if I can't go down on you and like enjoy.
But what
it,
if you've been with
I will-
somebody for
I-
a while and you're just like, yo, I'm just tired, man.
Then that's
Oh,
fine.
I
You
get it.
just
It
say
don't
that.
have to be like an everyday thing, but like you said, if I can't stir up no passion when I'm doing it,
Then don't do it.
yeah, I don't like you like that.
So I'm
I mean, well, sucking dick is the same way. Like it's like I feel like
agree.
in your
That is
20s,
true.
I
You can
agree.
tell when
In
a
your
It
girl
should
doesn't
be
like
done
it.
with passion.
you
Yeah.
did it to you did it with every guy you were hooking up with because it was just like what you thought you had to do, and it's like a power move or whatever. And then as you get older, it's sucking dick is different. When you like them, you're like.
yeah.
You're like it's like and now if I don't like in my 30s if I'm just want to get fucked, I'm like I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I'm not doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Or if I don't care to impress him or I'm not that attracted to him, but I'm an equal opportunity. Like I also won't expect him to do it to me.
Right.
I'll be like, well,
let's go
we're
old
just
school.
fucking.
And which is weird.
I've been
if all
living
your
in
sex
Miami
is
for
like
the last
that.
15 years. You want to take
If-
that chance? Go ahead.
That's where I don't get with like Italians if they don't do it, but they'll marry a chick and not do it. You know what I mean? It's like all of your
Yeah,
sex
that's
is
weird.
just like
Yeah, that's weird.
you know. They
Yeah.
Rigid.
Would it
It's got a
spit on
rigid
it?
scheduling to it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think with Italian men, now I'm thinking about it, it's almost like the wife and the mother, and it's almost like equating them to like religious figures, like Mother Teresa. Or what I think that's why Italian men can be repressed in marriage, and then they get the gumad to do. They don't care. Which brings me back to the theory I was gonna say. Do you ever think you have your dirtiest, filthiest, most adventurous, wild? You didn't end up actually loving or committing.
Yeah.
Not saying
Not
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
not saying you can't have moments like that with your person.
Yeah, like
But I
girlfriend
think when you're
experiences.
truly in love, you don't need the frills as much anymore.
You know,
It's
one-
just
little
good.
bit of
reason
It's
why
just good.
I don't like. I was never a fan of going down is because I got like PTSD from it because
You got throat cancer?
I went down on this girl one. I
That's why you
did.
sound
I was
like
like
that?
2 licks in and I like almost threw up in my mouth.
Oh,
And
you
I
couldn't
was-
smell it when you got close? I feel like you
No.
would smell a girl
You
when you
could
take her
smell- I feel
underwear
like
off.
there's
You
a
get a
taste.
whiff of it
Well,
right
at least-
away, and you could tell, like, yeah, I'm
like
not
a
going
hot pot.
down. Yeah.
What's the word?
You just take the thing, the steam comes up of that muffin.
I was like,
That's
it
a
came.
steaming
I felt
blueberry
it came
muffin.
up my throat. Pause.
Hey, yo, no Diddy.
Now you know what it's like to deep throat.
Yeah.
Same thing where you're like,
I
hang on.
tip my hat to you guys.
Oh.
But I'm more like, if I'm not like really, really into it, it's not that like before I was in a relationship, like I wouldn't have sex with the person, but I wouldn't go like all out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
wanna
it's
go
like,
all out.
and I think like in your 20s or if there's
Like
somebody,
as soon as I'm done, I like put my robe on. Like I won't walk around naked.
put your yarmulke back on.
He goes, puts the tea kettle on the oven. Would you like some matcha tea?
No.
Yeah. No, I think
It's a purple robe.
like I've also had guys like I've dated. There was a guy that I was seeing, and I feel like in the beginning we were performatively dirty with each other, and then after time we just started having good
vanilla
sex.
sex. Yeah, just
And then I
plain
would
good.
hear about these like crazy sexcapades that he had with other
Women.
women, and I was like one day I was even like, I'm down for like a good amount of that.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
it's
down-
weird because in his mind, it's like, I don't respect those girls. That's why I did that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
why I did that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, some of the, like, I think of, like, I would go in on some, I don't respect this, but I'm never going to see her again. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
know this is it, so let's just go for it.
Yeah. We just it's whatever Tima, but like we had just rekindled after years of not seeing each other, and then that was also like our filthiest sex too. I think because it was like we know it's not gonna work. Here we go.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like the girls that I had the craziest sex with were we were like sexually compatible. fucking.
No,
punch
you're
each
right.
other.
Compatible. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
compatible is the word.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did want me to hit her. She was into the whole spanking and all that shit.
She was Italian.
I couldn't do the belt thing. Yeah, I think she was Italian. She was
Yeah.
Italian. But she
Yeah.
was like the punk rock Italian. Like, the different color hair, the piercings, covered in tattoos. Which was not my type until this was in Alabama. This was when I was in Alabama.
There's a lot of layers to this.
Yeah.
This is a punk
She was a
rock
liberal.
Italian.
She was a punk rock liberal, like super hardcore feminist. But like sexually, it was just amazing. Like
Yeah.
it was just like, like when it was like we were dancing and we were on the same rhythm, right? But that's not somebody I would invite to a family party or be like, hey mom, this is even my father. Because I can picture what my father would say if I brought her around.
Okay, so
But it was just sexual and we had a good time together. But I don't see her as a girlfriend type.
So I have a follow-up question. Did you make that conclusion prior to the sex, or did you make that conclusion after that kind of sex?
Oh, it was
See
before.
what I'm saying?
It was before.
That's what I'm saying.
It was before.
You already were like, I wouldn't date this person, therefore I'll eat her ass, swing her around, do this, do that,
I ain't
whatever.
eating nobody's ass that I don't know. I ain't
Nah,
doing
she
that.
had a very clean asshole.
Because she probably does this a lot. She gets a regular bleach.
In Alabama, I highly doubt it. It's fucking humid as fuck down there, bro.
Oh no, she had AC in her apartment, so
Oh,
we were
okay.
good.
All right.
You know why she was so good in bed, though? You said she was punk rock and Italian and liberal, and she was so repressed growing up, and now she's everything.
She's letting her freak
her
flag fly.
Italian Catholic parents wouldn't let her be.
Yeah, but she's also messing with
That's like
this
my boy
filthy
Jorge
guy
over
where
there.
She's like,
Yeah, she has.
she
no
don't
standards.
see him as a qualified candidate either. So that's what
100%.
she's like.
Well,
Come
She's like, I'm gonna have this
100
fucking
Yeah.
spick eat my asshole out. Let's
yeah.
He's like, I heard about these Dominican guys.
she's like, I just had Taco Tuesday.
Let me have one of these. Let me add this to my arsenal.
Well, you're right about that. And I think a lot of men, like whenever women get judged for fucking too quickly, we also, like, if I don't take you seriously, the quicker I fuck you, I'm also not taking you serious.
Oh yeah, if
I
I fuck a
remember-
girl like very fast, I'm like, I can't respect her.
Man.
I can never like her.
But what I'm trying to say is we also feel the same way about you.
Yeah, because
What do you
one
mean?
time, all right,
If
let me
I
tell you a
like
story.
you or I think there's a potential for a future, I will hold out, play the game, get to
Right.
know you, XYZ, whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, like, I would never date her. She fucked me too
Yeah.
quick. She already made up her mind that she won't date you
Yeah, bro.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's why she's fucking you so
One
quickly,
time
too.
I met a girl at a show, and after the show, she was like, "Yeah, come on." Like she even left. The owner of the club was kind of like courting her, and she's like hanging out with him in the booth all night, and then she like grabbed me, like definitely was ready to dip ASAP,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Right? Get in her car. Me go to her place, and we start messing around in the car, like in the parking lot of the building, right? She's like, all right, cool. Go to put my hand down her pants. She's fully on her period. And it's
I've had that
oh,
before.
you don't give a fuck about me at all.
Did she hop to
At
her?
all. At
yeah,
all.
she don't care.
At all.
She's like, you even if you was to be like ill and walk away right now, it's fine. I don't give a fuck
care.
about you. And it was like, we
Unless
both
it's towards the
understood
end of
that.
her period. She's like, it's okay.
Bro, we
I'm
both
just spotty.
understood that, and it was so funny because it was like
Lay a towel down.
her apartment was so disgusting that it was like the feeling was mutual. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, let's just do this thing and then we'll leave.
Women,
But yeah, like-
women decide when sex happens. Men decide when the relationship
right?
happens.
She
Yeah,
invited
yeah,
me
yeah.
into
Or
her
marriage, yeah.
Or
nasty
marriage.
apartment
Yeah.
to have sex on her period. She didn't give a fuck what I thought.
Oh,
about
I
her,
had
bro.
I was hooked up twice with a guy in South Florida. He came to a show. We were flirting, exchanged. The night that we hooked up, I didn't know we were gonna hook up.
You had the
I
5
wasn't
o'clock
like, I would
shadow.
bring my A game. Yeah, I had a full beard. No, but I would bring my A game if I liked the guy. Like my level of hygiene is the best it's ever been if I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
him.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit that I had scruff or I was like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm like,
Feel
I don't want to date him. Like, I don't. Yeah, that's the thing is, it's just men always. I just wanted to, for all the ladies that are listening, they're like, oh, yeah,
The
she
two?
fucked me
The
too soon.
two.
I would never
Yeah,
come
we
into
want
Natalie, and then one other. We had
Yeah.
those female listeners.
Yeah, but it's the same way. You know, if like a chick wants to give you head and you don't even care, like
Oh yeah,
fuck
like
what these balls
I haven't,
smell like.
I haven't
Getting it.
showered since yesterday morning.
cool,
You're going,
bitch. Like, yeah,
I'm
that's
uncut. You're
you
gonna
don't
go
give
through
a
hell.
fuck
I'm
about
getting to that age now where it's like my balls stink like 5 minutes after I get out of the shower, bro. It's like back, yeah.
In the summertime
Yeah,
too.
I'm just like,
it's the
God
worst.
damn, man.
all right.
And I got like a little exfoliating scrub thing too that I put like a mitt. That
You just farting on your balls all day.
Maybe you're
shit.
fucking up your
TMI.
pH balance.
This might be TMI, but I learned a new trick like a year ago, and I fucks with it. Tea
We'll
tree
end it off
oil,
with this.
man.
What? Oh,
Tea tree oil?
Yes,
I
I've
mix
heard
tea
about
tree
this.
oil in and
Tea
hit
tree?
all that and it just like it like draws out
Yeah.
everything.
Dude, one
Tea
time,
oil's
you know the
amazing.
Yeah.
peppermint? You ever had the peppermint
That
soaps?
soap?
Bro, that shit, I was with a girl in the shower. We were like in the shower together, and she's using that, right? So I'm cleaning it, and then I cleaned my ass with it, and it burned my ass.
Yeah.
Dude, my ass, I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Your ass was
Listen.
never peppermint clean. Yeah.
As the only person at this table, I think, that has put her mouth on balls. I am the authority on this. No matter what you put on your balls, 2 minutes later, it's going to smell exactly the same. It's like lighting a candle after a big shit.
Yeah.
You're just covering it up.
It's just Irish Spring, and then just fucking.
I would go
Ball sack.
peppermint, and then I'd go, no,
Sweat.
locker
Balls.
room.
Yeah,
Locker
balls.
room. There it is. Yeah.
Brittany, where can everybody find you?
Plugs.
At Brittany Brave. I'm on tour. Come to a show. Love you. Brittany Brave.
Mr. Temple.
I'm Dave Temple on all social media platforms. Check out my podcast, No Need for Apologies. The boys are moving back on the road a little bit. The Get a Slice tour. Could be pizza, could be pussy. See if we ain't your city. Come check us out.
Gio Perez.
If you are in New York City, October 14th, whatever Columbus Day is, 13th or 14th, come to Grizzly Pear Midtown. Mark Norman is headlining. Come check it out. It's already halfway sold out. October 14th, 7 p.m. It's already halfway sold out. Come check that out. And this is out now. Yeah. This weekend, Skankfest. We will be at Skankfest.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
So
come up, say hello.
say what's up.
Yeah.
Get pictures. Give me drugs. If you got shrooms or acid.
If anybody has
give me
any
shrooms or acid.
low strength painkillers, that
Yeah,
would be
if
great
you got
for me.
Right, my boy
peptides,
Jared.
I need some steroids. I need.
No, I'm definitely getting Tylenol before I go.
Vicks
Doing
Vapor
Tylenol
Rub.
every night when I go
Yeah.
to sleep.
Bring me bottles of baby oil and lube. I'm
Muscle
gonna need as
relaxers.
much for the Skankfest freak off.
Jorge, what you got, buddy?
Jorge's gonna be at the freak offs, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, I'm hosting the freak.
He's hosting the freak
Let's
off.
go.
He's coming with that
Nice.
skank Legion of Skanks energy.
Jorge, you gonna be recording pods while you're there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the Gas Digital Theater, which has like all the screenings and stuff.
Fuck
Lots
yeah.
of fun podcasts.
All right, so you're not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be. Natalie will still be recording people's
she'll-
podcasts.
she'll be
All
doing
right,
podcasts.
we got to do an episode while we're
Yeah, no,
out
we're
there.
gonna do one.
Yeah.
We'll do one.
All right, that's our episode.
got
Thank you so
anything?
much. No, I'm good. See me at Skankfest.
Skankfest,
Click my
baby.
link tree.
Peace.
Bye.
I quit comedy like 3 months ago.